Are we good? Shall we roll? All right. Once again, welcome to the School of Communications and Media Technologies Town Hall meeting. This meeting is for you. We invite you to be with us. We invite you to tell your friends, send this link around because we want to talk to you. I'm Jan Yanahiro, and I'm the director of this fabulous department. We call ourselves COM. And with me, I just want to quickly introduce everybody. On my left, we have Sue Raleigh, the Chief Academic Officer for the Academy of Art University. On my immediate left is Steve Cotton. He's the guy who designed all our studios, runs our studios, has the latest technology information, and he's the co-director of this department. On my right is really the woman who runs the department. She is the administrator for our department. That'll be Cecilia right here. Osorio. I'm trying to remember that. Cecilia Osorio. So, welcome. So first I'm going to toss it to Sue, and what we're going to do in this department and this town hall meeting, we're going to talk to you about new classes that we have, internships, our radio station, urbanightsradio.com. You've got to go on and listen. Collaborations we're doing, and certainly jobs that you can have once you complete the degree program here. So Sue, maybe you can tell us what's new, what's happening here at the university.
Well, that's great. I want to welcome everybody. We think meetings are really important. That's why these people are all here. That's why I'm here. It's a time to communicate directly with you. And it's also a time for you to give, if you've got suggestions or concerns, you can just type in the pod, I believe, and then we can answer those while we're here live. The school's been moving forward at a rapid pace, and one of the things that I'm really excited about is the rookies. There's something online, you can look it up. It's where schools from all over the world compete in visual digital media, and we actually were ranked number 1 in visual illustration. That's huge. Mm-hmm. That's with schools from all over the world. So you should go online and check it out and see the work. They've got some examples of what our student did.
And he's from GAME.
Yeah,
he was a GAME student, and work is astonishing.
Beautiful work. I guess you would call him a digital illustrator. And then the other thing that's happened, we have another big thing going on with Adobe, and Adobe has selected like 25 of our students.
I think it's more. It's up to 30 now in semifinalists.
And that's huge. That's a statement to all of you that we are really paying a lot of attention to what the industry is looking for, but also that our students are doing exceptionally well, because these contests aren't easy. And like I said, schools from all over are competing, and you should feel proud about that because this is you. So I think that's really what we're doing. We're trying to make sure we get in more contests, but we're also looking at other collaborations with GM, Jaguar, web design, new media, and advertising is now under one roof because they're seeing a lot of crossover. There's just a lot of positive happening, but mostly what you need to know is there's a lot of success as well. So I'll turn it over to you.
All right. So Steve, maybe you can talk about new classes. And, while we're in the bragging department, Sue, I just want to brag a little bit about some of our students. So far, we've had 2 students win Emmy Awards, which is the highest award in the field of communications and broadcasting. So 2 students have won Emmys, which is fabulous. One student won it in sports. Michael Cruiser won it for when he was at Comcast Sportsnet. And the last one, she won it for a Hispanic version of a Giants, San Francisco Giants, outreach commercial to the Latino community. And we thought that was so fabulous because she's bilingual, and she won it with that. She was a production producer on that
Was it a
outreach.
public service?
Yes, it was like a public service outreach from the San Francisco Giants to the entire community. And that outreach won an Emmy. And since she was on that team, she won an Emmy too. So we're really pretty proud. And Podcasting of the Year, remember? Yeah. Kiyomi Mitsuda won Podcast of the Year. She competed against all these fabulous schools across the country, and she was named Podcaster of the Year for a podcast called Shark Bait. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to Steve Cotton, and he's going to talk to you about new classes that we have in this department.
We have a few new classes coming up for the fall. We are planning to offer our 406, which is the next class in a succession of classes about play-by-play. And in this class, we're going to be covering the fall sports, and the students in that class will be active and proactive in actually calling the games for the AAU sports, and we're really excited about that. They'll be doing all the fall sports, which includes soccer and basketball, women's and men's basketball. So we're looking forward to that class.
And beginning of volleyball,
And
too.
the beginning of the volleyball season. We're going to have our second semester of the esports with our collaboration with the game department, and that was quite a success last semester. And we're planning to do another 6 or 7 tournaments on Saturdays, esports tournaments, and our students will be producing those live events. And it was pretty exciting last semester. So we're getting together, and I think there's talk about our own Overwatch team for the Overwatch League. So there's a lot of things happening in esports here at the university, and we in communications and media technologies, we're heavily involved in that. You're going to hear a lot about esports in the coming months. We also have our drone class, which is very, very popular. We fill that class up every semester. We have two classes, and
it fills up every semester.
Every semester.
It's going on right now in the summer. It's one of
Yeah.
the more popular classes right now in the summer. So that says a lot about drone production, that there's a need, and people are hiring people to do drone photography for them, and we love it.
Yeah. We also have a new revamped class that we're going to be offering in the fall. We've taken 2 classes. We had our 204 class and 304 class, which one was hosting and the other one was the art of the interview. And we've combined those 2 classes into one new class. And what do we call it? It's from host to star, I believe it is. Yeah,
Exactly.
I think what we're calling the class.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. We're just going to say it as we see
Yeah.
it.
And so that class will be offered for the first time in fall. That's going to be an exciting class. Don't forget, we're also offering, this will be the second semester, we're offering the VR Extreme Sports. And that's in collaboration with GoPro that we do that class. So look for that one. Then we have 351, which is not a new class, but one I feel like we should promote because that's the one that
Runs the radio
runs our
station.
radio station, the urbanites.com, urbannightsradio.com. So it's a class, so if you want to learn how to run the broadcast, run the radio stations, and be the program director and program the music.
And do events. So while we're on urbannightsradio.com,
Yeah.
we want to say that you can get online, this is an online urbannightsradio.com 24/7. You can find it on your smartphone, you can find it on your computers, and you can go right now, if you go on the iHeartRadio app and look for urbannightsradio.com, you just click on it and you'll hear us. It is a fabulous, well, you listen, I
Yeah.
listen, and the president of our university, Dr. Lisa Stevens, she listens, and we try to program for her taste.
Yeah, she likes R&B music, and so we
R&B.
program R&B music from 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning so that when she's getting ready in the morning, she can listen to R&B music. And so
But here's a station that is programmed by students, and they have podcasts on, and we have all kinds of island reggae. We have some dear talk, personal relationships, and these are student-run. This is a student-run station, and these are programs that students want to get involved with, and they actually produce.
Yeah, so if you have an idea, and that means you online students as well, if you have an idea for a radio program or a podcast program, please contact us. You can contact us directly, and we'll put you in charge with the program director and do an audition, and who knows, you may be doing your own podcast.
So let's
They're
brag
coming
a
up in
little
the
bit
fall.
here. We are the number 3 college radio station in California. We're pretty proud of that,
Yeah.
and good for Maddie Stout for building it out. And we can see we get hits, and there's something like 250,000 hits a month on this college radio station. And interestingly, in Europe, more people in Germany listen to this college radio station than any other country in Europe, which is fascinating.
Yeah, we have no idea why that is.
Yeah, but great.
Great.
We love that.
We love having our German audience. And that sort of wraps up our new classes of
Okay.
what we have offering for the fall.
Okay, so let me go to Cecilia Soto. She is our administrator for our department, and the nice thing about Cecilia is she's like Earth Mother to all the students. So Cecilia, you welcome everybody to our department and to your office too.
I do. Thank you, Jan, you guys are burnt out. You guys are attending so many classes in a row. You guys are working part-time, full-time. Just drop by my office. I'm right in front of the elevators. You can't avoid me. I see you. I'm usually sending you emails too, all the good information, all the good tidbits when things are happening, the workshops during the summer, fall, spring, anything, summer, the spring concerts, anything that's going on in the radio station. You guys know me. I know you do. I know you answer my emails. I know you see them. So don't be shy and come into my office, introduce yourselves, or hang out or grab a snack. I usually have food stocked in there for you guys, so.
Oh my, can I just say this? Oh my gosh, the food in her office. We've got donuts, we've got cookies, we've got chocolate. I have chocolates in my office, but she's got more chocolates and candies. I mean, you name it. You even brought candies from France when you got back.
I did. I went to vacation, and when I came back, I brought some sweets. So help yourselves. It's there for you guys. Don't be shy. Just come on in and hang out.
Okay, there you go. And now I want to introduce Michelle Kennedy on my far right. And Michelle is our online coordinator and our career services manager. Plus, she also teaches too. But Michelle would like to have more students do internships all around the country, especially here in the Bay Area. So talk about internships. I'm going to hand the mic over to Michelle Kennedy.
Thank you, Jan. So yes, we definitely encourage students to come and talk to me about internships. And what we do is we look into what the students are interested in, what classes they're taking, and where their skill level's at. I have a student, for instance, who is interested in doing right now some sort of social media management for maybe a fashion company. So we're researching the companies that deal with fashion in the San Francisco Bay Area so that we can reach out to them and talk about and find out about what internships are available, so we can place the student in the best situation for them. And so many times with students who are going into internships, these lead to awesome careers because they integrate into the company, loves what they're doing and the skills that they're learning in our department. And then oftentimes the students are extended a job offer, and then they end up working for those companies. So it's such a great way to learn and build on skills, but also to network in the community with some of these incredible companies that are, in this area. We've got, the Facebook, we've got the Adobe. It's just such a hotbed for incredible employment. And so I'm always encouraging the students to come in and talk to me about what they want so we can get them out there into the world as soon as possible to start building those relationships. And then, again, those are leading to so many incredible jobs in so many areas related to communications and what we're doing in our department. So it's exciting.
And while we're here, and I'm going to stay on you, because one of the things that we all agreed to talk about, jobs. Our students are getting jobs. And Michelle, is the career services manager here, so she can guide you to get that job. And this is for us, the jobs are everywhere for someone studying with us in communications and media technologies. As Steve has always said, if you see...
Yeah, you see a monitor out there, and we see monitors everywhere. We also have high-definition monitors in our pocket, right? With all the screens that are out there, there has to be creative people behind those screens to create the content for all of those. And that's exactly what we do. We learn all those skills to create the content that are on those millions and millions of screens that you see every day.
And we will tell you that there are positions available now at companies that didn't exist or companies that didn't exist or just have been born, if you will, in our lifetime, in your lifetime, in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, that are hiring people. And here, right here in San Francisco, for instance, places that you normally won't think of as hiring people are hiring people. Yelp has hired our students because they want people who can do video and who can edit. Salesforce has a whole Salesforce TV studio, and they've hired a couple of our graduates. Jason Yee is working there as a big-time manager. Joy Markini worked there as a producer. And one of the surprises for me, so I love this, one of our students came back, Elizabeth Sweeney, and she saw me last semester. She said, I'm coming to see you, Jen. I said, great. She said, I got a job at Airbnb. And I went, oh, well, that's great. Are you booking homes for people? What? She says, oh, no, Jan. She says, I'm in the production department. This is a brand new department that Airbnb started, and she's shooting and editing and doing live shows at Airbnb. And I went, oh my gosh, Elizabeth, this is fabulous. So they're getting jobs at places we don't think of. I mean, yes, they're getting jobs at Comcast Sportsnet, MLB Network, Robot Monster. It's a new company in town that, a lot of people are getting jobs at. A lot of social media jobs. One person said that she went down to Los Angeles, got a social media job at a music company, and then they learned that she can shoot and edit, and they said, oh, well, you can do that too, and she's doing everything. Wow. So it's at places we don't normally think of that students are getting jobs.
But we have students like at the International Game Network who are doing live podcasting, and Tommy and Jacob Green are doing live podcasting for a number of different clients in the Bay Area right now. We have students who are working in universities at Santa Clara University, creating content, video content for the next generation of classes and online classes for them down there. We also have, Pottery Barn. Remember, we have she's now an executive as the social media at the Pottery Barn. So our students are everywhere, not only just in the Bay Area, but all around the world. We have students who are on air producing shows in Thailand and in China, and it's really great. And please, when you leave, please keep in touch with us, because we'd like to know what you're doing, and we keep track. We have a database of where everybody is and what you're doing. So please remember us when you get all those great jobs and win those awards. We want to know, because we want to promote you and put you in the newspaper and put your picture on the wall. So, but our students are everywhere, and it's really good to see. It makes us all feel really good.
So I hope, Sue, that I know that this university is about making sure that our students have jobs upon graduation, and you're really keen on that.
I'm really keen on it. It's part of our mission. A lot of students come here because parents are worried that how are they going to pay these loans back, or are they going to really be able to support themselves? So it's part of our mission that our students will graduate with a competitive portfolio. And we mean that. And students come here and they say, it's not easy, but it's really rewarding. And guess what? I got a job. So that's the bottom line.
And I know animation, they place a lot of students in Pixar. And David,
10% of Pixar is from here.
10% of Pixar. And remember Pixar, they did Finding Nemo and Incredibles and all this kind of Toy Story and all that. So that's a great stat. And I know that David Goodwin, because we do collaborative work with game development, that he places a lot of his game students and all the gaming companies here.
And there's gaming companies, if you are in San Francisco, they're almost on every block. I was just talking to somebody who went into a company that I've never been to, but it's just over at 333 somewhere here right downtown, and they're primarily from Sweden, and they haven't even had a new game for the last 2 years, and they're at the top of the list. They just keep making money. So join the club.
We think that's a good thing, by the way, making money.
That's right.
If any parent or student you want to tell your parents, yes, we like the fact that, making money. So, just imagine that the world is for you, and that there are jobs out there, and you're going to be creative as all heck, and we're going to give you the skills to compete that you can be at those positions. And we're just working on our comm brochure, and we were just so excited and proud that we see the students. And Amanda is at Lucasfilm. She has a dream job at Lucasfilm because she knew how to shoot and edit and do motion graphics, and that's where she is, Amanda Camarillo. Camille de Guzman just got a promotion, and she is now the senior marketing executive of Kingpin Communications. And Terrell Butler at Alice, he's a board op. And Casey Franco, he is at iHeart Radio, and his title is new now. Do you remember his title? It was something about lead or producer. So we're pretty proud of all our students because the jobs are out there, and we will give you the skills so that you can compete to get the jobs. And Michelle, I wonder if you can add anything about where you see the jobs for the students. And I know they're coming to you, and what are you telling them? What are you seeing in the future?
I'm seeing that there are so many companies, especially around here in the Bay Area, a lot of tech companies in particular, that are creating their own channel and creating their own podcast. And so much of what we teach in this department revolves around branded content. And so it's so important that the students understand that these skills that they're learning with telling stories, video production, on-camera performance can be translated way beyond TV news or this traditional thinking. So many of these companies building these TV channels and podcasts obviously need crews to work them, and they need content, so they need storytellers. And what we're teaching our students is how to be a one-person operation, how to figure out, well, what is the content, what's the story, how am I telling it, what visuals and video do I need, who do I interview, if I need to do voiceover, how do I do that, writing a script, editing, and then, of course, distributing the content onto multiple platforms. How do I do that? What's appropriate for a YouTube channel? What's appropriate for, Instagram, something very, very short. And so the students know all of these things and all of these skills, so they can translate that beautifully to building a channel for a corporation and building a podcast. And so that's what many of our students are getting really excited about, because there are so many jobs in this realm. And many of them are even suggesting these ideas to companies that don't already have a TV channel or a podcast, because they understand marketing and they understand the importance of being able to put out this branded content as a form of, it's storytelling around the company, but ultimately it's an advertisement for the company. Mm-hmm. And they get that, and they're putting together full-blown marketing campaigns. And so they're tying all of these skills together, and it makes them more marketable because they can understand and produce in all these different areas. So I think that that is really the future, and that's what's really exciting for students to be able to participate and to help build these platforms. So
cool. Thank you, Michelle. And as we sort of wrap up, I just want to do one more topic, and Sue, I just want to toss it to you first. Our online programs are really, for the entire university, are robust. Mm-hmm. And we see a growth in the online population.
That's right.
And I see it for our department too. Mm-hmm. And the surprise to me, Sue, was the online high school students. They really demanded more online classes. Mm-hmm. And so what is your take on the growth of online for the university?
Well, that's a good question. We definitely are seeing people not wanting to leave the place that they're currently living. Maybe they have other jobs, maybe they have families, it could be many things. But sometimes people just don't want to move to San Francisco. I can't imagine that, because
everybody should come.
Everybody wants to live in San Francisco. But the thing about it is, if you are online, it gives you this whole set of skills that you might not get even on site, because you're learning how to communicate from a distance. So I think that all our students should be taking some online classes, even if they're here on site. And I also think that it comes with its own set of issues as well, like time management issues. And I just want to say to everybody who may be listening, you're here in the summer and you're probably taking classes and it's going super fast. And that can become very, at this point, we're almost to the end of the semester. And
End of summer.
that's scary. You know, people all of a sudden, it's like, I only have like 2 more weeks of class, and how am I going to get this all done? And this is where you really just have to understand that the department's here for you. Everybody in your classes, they understand that this is a big push, and they want to support you. So the biggest thing for online, besides the time management, is don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Because if you're sitting out there and you're drowning and you think, I just don't know what to do, you've got to ask somebody. And it's a good skill to have, not only in your online classes, but in life in general, to know when to ask for help. So we're all here for you. We want you to be successful. It's your success is actually our success. We feed off each other. So there's that. And then the other thing I want to bring up really quickly is if you have not registered for classes,
For the fall.
please do so, because that's how we know what classes are going to run and what classes aren't. It's sort of like you're voting with your registration. So please let us know where you intend to be, what classes you want to take, so that we can make sure those are actually there. If you wait till the last minute, sometimes we go through, we say, okay, not enough people in attendance in this class, the students don't want it or don't need it, so it leaves the schedule, and then you come to Jan or Steve and say, hey, what happened to that class? I was going to take it. Don't let that happen to you. Sign up now, get the classes that you want and the schedule that you want.
Good advice, Sue. All right. Steve, some last thoughts from you?
Well, I was also going to add a big note here about please register for the fall, because we really do need to know what classes are running and what not. We don't want to disappoint you, so please sign up. And we know the grad students are notoriously late in registering for classes, so I'm encouraging all grad students out there, please get your vote in and register for those classes. Also, if you're doing some work during the summer and it's worthy for the spring show, we had a great spring show this past May. I encourage you, those of you online, please come and attend the spring show. We have what we call speed dating. We bring in 12 professionals from the outside world, and they come and evaluate our students' portfolios. You want to participate in that because that leads to jobs, and that's important. That's a big part of it. And if you've done some work that you feel is worthy, maybe highlight it, let your instructor know, and get it to us. We take submissions from the entire year, all 3 semesters. So spring show, think about that for what's coming up.
And to just interrupt quickly, Steve mentioned speed dating. We lovingly call it speed
Yeah.
dating when we bring in professionals from the outside the university. But these are professionals with hiring abilities.
Yeah.
And I just got word that Zach from Pac West hired 2 of our students.
Oh, fantastic.
Starting in September, because they're going to be producing football. And so they hired several of our students, and I know that that's really important.
Yeah.
So we do know it works because you can meet personally with somebody who is in a hiring position.
Yeah.
And we have everybody from Pac-12 to, CNET to CBS Interactive to KRON TV to Red Cube, a company started by our graduate students. So it's really valuable. And so then, Steve, you were going to
No,
wrap
that's
up?
about wrapping it up. Stay tuned. We'll do this again in the fall.
All right, let me wrap up with, let's go to Michelle. Any last words of advice from you to the students?
Echoing what Sue said, just get through this summer semester. It is really quick, but we're almost there, and the students are doing great. So we're on the finish line. So keep going. You can do it.
Close.
Yes.
And then, Cecilia, you with a few words to wrap up.
Words of wisdom. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I may not know the answer to it, but just come in and ask, and I will call whoever, email whoever, or get in touch with whoever it is to help you.
And ask for donuts.
And yes, and come in. She always donuts, cookies, chocolates. And I want to say something to the online students. If you come to town for family reunion, vacation, or just to visit friends, come and see us. We all have an open door policy here. Our instructors, Steve and myself, Cecilia, we have an open door policy. If our door is open, you just come on in. You don't need an appointment because we want to meet you, we want to see you, and we want to help. We want to be supportive. And if you have any question, no question is too small, ask us. Send it to us online, to ourselves. You know, you can find us. I'm Jay Yanahiro at academyofart.edu. Send them to me because I'm here to support you. And with that, I want to say thank you to everybody for coming today for our town hall meeting. We hope you learned some things. Again, thank you for spending this time with us, and we'll see you in the fall. Bye.
Bye.